then I'll point out the historic buildings, and I'll try and tell you a little bit, but it'll only be a little bit, about their fascinating history. After that, it's time to get into all the accessible nooks and crannies. Get in there, find it all for yourselves. Now, before we start, I like to know I'm talking to, so let's find it. I'm an Englishman, very proud of that fact. Hands up here if you're English. You've got nothing to worry about. Right? Enjoy yourselves. Anyone here from Scotland? You've got some coming, so pin your ears back. Anyone from Australia? Holiday or parole? Anyone from New Zealand? Sort of Australia, but honest, really. Let's be serious. Anyone from America? Now I'm going to use a word called history. It will absolutely confuse you lot. You haven't got any. You haven't got any. Just think, if you'd only paid your taxes, that could all still be yours. But it's not. Now I can't mention every country in the world, but don't think you're safe. Might have done a couple more digs as we go. Okay, story here begins, and the year is 1066. William the Duke of Normandy, William the Conqueror, somehow. Please don't ask me how he did. Beats the Anglo-Saxon Howard II in the battle. That is William the Conqueror's original fortress, the White Tower. Now, building commenced at that town in the year 1078, 20 years to build that, under the direction of a man called Gundulf of Beck, Bishop of Rochester. It's 92 feet high. Big deal. Please remember, when that's finished in the year 1098, the average height of a building in London, give or take, never went above 30 feet. That is 3 times as high, but more importantly, we're at a quarter mile off the entrance into the city back there at London Bridge. You come to London from the south in the early days, you've got to cross London Bridge because it's the only bridge. But as you approach the city, that building will dominate the skyline for miles around. We must yield to the fact that building stamped Norman authority on this city. Kings and Queens of England lived on the top floor of that tower till the year 1603. James I of England, James VI of Scotland, his last monk to reign on the top floor. So, we had kings and queens on the top floor, knights and ladies below that, servants and retainers below that. Below ground is a 4th floor. There's no windows down there, they weren't needed. Because down there is where the dungeons and torture chambers were once located. Down there we kept an implement called the rack. The rack was ingenious, but it was simple. It turned small people into tall people. Now forget Hollywood, forget the movies, they got it wrong. There's a shop. She wasn't there for months or years, days, 18 of them. Her last 18, May 1536. We tried to run charges of adultery, incest, witchcraft and various other kinds. But she was terrified of a block and axe. So she said to the king, Your Majesty, if you condemn me, please allow me to be executed in the French manner. The French, they use an axe, they used a 2-handed sword. We even summoned an executioner all the way across from France. Don't be cynical, always remember. That executioner was summoned from France 3 days before the trial even started. Did she ever stand a chance? Condemned to death, she knelt there. The executioner stood behind her, and with one stroke, he removed her head. He was so quick and so precise that the public records of the event clearly show. When the executioner lifts up her head, there was a sharp intake of breath from the crowd. We'll try that again. This is your only input into this whole thing! Your cue is the words. There was a sharp intake of breath from the whole crowd. Don't peek too early. Sharp intake of breath from the whole crowd. You have got no idea why you did that, have you? Nah. But why did they do it? Because with her head held aloft, her eyes are still moving from person to person.
She was
out
alive.
loud, for what we today would call equivalent to around 28 seconds, out loud, she continued to recite her prayers. It hadn't dawned on her, she was dead. 5 years later, it's the turn of Margaret Pole, Countess of Salisbury. Elderly aunt of Henry VIII. No crime, no trial upon her son. He's grown up, and he's now Roman Catholic Cardinal Reginald Pole. Cardinal Pole, very safe in Rome, but saying lots of nasty things about Henry. Henry tried to kill him. The assassins all failed. Now, by that point, Henry VIII was that wound up. The only way the king can appease himself is to execute the cardinal's mother. She was 67 years old. Following year, 1542, the axe fell there twice on the same day. The victims were the fifth wife of King Henry VIII, Queen Catherine Howard, and her lady-in-waiting Jane, the Viscountess of Rochford. Now, we all know Catherine's crimes. It's well documented. Shall we call it association with other men? Well, her lady-in-waiting knew that, but didn't tell the king. That cost that woman